Hello, I'm Phoebe Boucher, managing editor at Raven Chronicles Press. Raven is a Northwest literary organization that's been around since 1991. This is a years-long series, Raven Chronicles Banned Books Project. Raven will be posting on our YouTube channel episodes of writers reading excerpts from banned books that are either meaningful to them or are of historical or literary importance. Today we have Banned Books episode number 10 with Maiah A. Merino. Maiah utilizes her bilingual voice to write about matters close to her heart, being a single mom and intergenerational trauma victim. She is a children's mental health therapist and has been teaching artists through the Path with Art and Seattle Arts and Lectures. Maiah is a 21-22 writing the land poet, and she shares her training as a narrative therapist to assist others in navigating and rewriting their own stories. She lives with her family and gatos in Seattle. Maiah, take it over.
Thank you. Thanks so much for having me and for putting this project together. It's really important to be talking about right now. The Giving Tree by Shel Silverstein was first published in 1964 and has sold millions of copies worldwide, over 60 years after its first publication. It's been on the banned books list since 1988. I chose this book because I wanted to highlight a children's banned book to bring their voice and perspective to this issue. Like, why would a book on giving and sharing be banned? A book ban occurs when a book is removed or restricted in schools, libraries, or public spaces due to objections about its content. These objections often stem from concerns about profanity, sexual content, or discussions of race, gender, and social issues. While the intent may be to protect young readers, bans frequently limit access to stories that represent diverse voices and experiences. In the US, school book bans have surged in recent years, driven by organized efforts from groups advocating for more control over educational content. Challenges to books are often based on personal or political beliefs rather than broad community consensus. The United Nations Convention on the Rights of Children states, children are human beings with a distinct set of rights instead of as passive objects of care and charity. So why do we read books to children? Because it's connective, fun, and we share in learning together. Can't a book also be used as a tool to discuss important topics within the book? As a children's therapist and a parent, I believe so. I've used this book to open up conversations about different topics, depending on a child's age. Let's read this book and see what we learn together. And we will discuss later some other reasons it may be helpful as a learning tool and why it might have been taken off the shelf. The Giving Tree by Shel Silverstein. Once there was a tree, and she loved a little boy. And every day the boy would come and he would gather her leaves and make them into crowns and play king of the forest. He would climb up her trunk and swing from her branches and eat apples. And they would play hide and go seek. And when he was tired, he would sleep in her shade. And the boy loved the tree very much. And the tree was happy. But time went by, and the boy grew older, and the tree was often alone. Then one day, the boy came to the tree, and the tree said, "Come, boy, come and climb up my trunk and swing from my branches and eat apples and play in my shade and be happy." "I am too big to climb and play," said the boy. "I want to buy things and have fun. I want some money. Can you give me some money?" "I'm sorry," said the tree, "but I have no money. I have only leaves and apples. Take my apples, boy, and sell them in the city. Then you will have money and you will be happy." And so the boy climbed up the tree and gathered her apples and carried them away, and the tree was happy. But the boy stayed away for a long time, and the tree was sad. And then one day the boy came back, and the tree shook with joy. And she said, "Come, boy, climb up my trunk and swing from my branches and be happy." "I'm too busy to climb trees," said the boy. "I want a house to keep me warm," he said. "I want a wife and I want children, so I need a house. Can you give me a house?" "I have no house," said the tree. "The forest is my home, but you may cut off my branches and build a house. Then you will be happy."
Mm.
And so the boy cut off her branches and carried them away to build his house.
Mm.
And the tree was happy. But the boy stayed away for a long time, and when he came back, the tree was so happy she could hardly speak. "Come, boy," she whispered, "come and play." "I'm too old and sad to play," the boy said. "I want a boat that will take me far away from here. Can you give me a boat?" "Cut down my trunk and make a boat," said the tree. "Then you can sail away and be happy." And so the boy cut down her trunk and made a boat and sailed away. And the tree was happy, but not really. And after a long time, the boy came back again. "I'm sorry, boy," said the tree, "but I have nothing left to give you. My apples are gone. My teeth are too weak for apples," said the boy. "My branches are gone," said the tree. "You cannot swing on them. I am too old to swing on branches," said the boy. "My trunk is gone," said the tree. "You cannot climb. I am too tired to climb," said the boy. "I'm sorry," said the tree. "I wish I could give you something, but I have nothing left. I'm just an old stump, and I am sorry." "I don't need much now," said the boy. "Just a quiet place to sit and rest. I'm very tired." "Well," said the tree, straightening herself up as much as she could. "Well, An old stump is good for sitting and resting. Come, boy, sit down. Sit down and rest. And the boy did. And the tree was happy.
Mm,
The end.
mm.
So, from a little child's perspective, this story can be seen as showing how you learn to give to someone in a selfless way, not expecting anything in return. However, you can also ask the questions, is this what giving looks like? If not, why not? Are there different ways to show someone we care? Or with an older child, I may ask, what does a balanced give and take look like? You can talk about healthy boundary setting in relationships, along with how do we build relationships with the natural world? Is it okay to take everything we want from the natural world? Or does how do or does how we care about each other change as we get older? Did you notice how the boy needed different things at different ages? I wonder what that means about caring and taking care of one another. The reason this book was banned at a school in Colorado in 1988 was because it was seen to be sexist, a term most children don't yet know. However, because the tree was identified as Mother Nature, therefore feminine, the educators at the school saw it as sexist because she, the tree, was doing all of the giving. It also seems that due to the author's past relationship as an illustrator with Playboy magazine, and as someone who lived at the Playboy mansion, his relationships with women were seen as one-sided. Could this have influenced his ideas about the character of the tree? Maybe. Let's also consider a child's perspective. When given the chance to discuss this book, children can be reflective, critical, and see more nuance within the book. Furthermore, when I've used this book to work with children who did not come from a nurturing home environment or who do not have someone tending to them in a caring way, this book was comforting for them. Although I understand the concerns of wanting children to see what healthy boundaries look like or what a healthy give and take look like in relationship, this book offers the opportunity to discuss these things, along with how to build a healthy relationship with the natural world while also practicing gratitude when receiving gifts. We read to our children to comfort, explore, and learn together. And as a children's therapist and parent, this book offers great opportunities to explore really important topics together. So, as many nations ban books, both the Guardian newspaper and the New York Times write articles about how Finland has started its fight against fake news in primary schools. A math teacher is quoted as saying, "The goal is active, responsible citizens and voters, thinking critically, fact checking, interpreting, and evaluating all the information you receive wherever it appears is critical. We've made it a core project of what we teach across all subjects." So rather than banning something based off of a perspective that limits real learning for children, let's teach our children to be reflective, ask questions, and learn from many different perspectives. Thank you. Thank you, Phoebe, for including me in this project.
That was wonderful. Really appreciated that. And there we go, the Finns. The Finns are ahead of us in so many different ways. They have probably one of the best penal systems in the world because it's not based on retribution. It's
Right.
based on helping people change or,
Yeah.
that I didn't know that about Shell living at the Playboy Mansion. That's
Yeah.
it.
I mean, that was the reason it was banned, was
Oh, that's
because,
ridiculous.
yeah. And it's like, well, of course, that could be, that's a possibility, but it just felt like a stretch.
It's, that is, I love the way you explained how that book could be used for teaching on all these different subjects, nature and giving and taking and aging and how our aging changes us and what we need. Anyway, that was wonderful. Thank you so much for being here. and
Thank
hope to
you
see
for
you soon.
having me. Okay, thanks for having me. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.